Empire.
Okay. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nate from Sakudo Empire. I'm here with Sal at Rich Auto Experts. Sal, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 30 years old. I love cars. I love fixing them. I have 2 daughters. They're beautiful, married. I don't know what else.
No, you're good. You're good. So, what got you into cars?
I've always been into cars. It's just a thing I was born with. I think the one thing that really got me into cars was my uncle at the time. I want to say he was probably 18, 19, 20. Had a 97 Volkswagen Golf. And anytime that car was parked in the driveway, I was in it.
Oh, wow.
Pretending to drive.
Okay.
And that car kind of set the tone. To me, that was like the most amazing vehicle I've ever seen, just because it looked unique. It wasn't like any others. He had a Project Zoo body kit on it. He had wheels on it.
Oh, wow.
He had an audio system in it, like suspension. He had like back in the day, like, because it wasn't really chrome, but he had like a polished intake manifold.
Really?
Like it looked so sick.
Okay.
And I just remember seeing every other car that like my family members would drive, and it looked nothing like that. It looked like every other car on the road.
Gotcha. So now, how did you come across and being involved with Rich Auto Experts?
So I've always been in body shops my whole life.
Okay.
I made the switch from towing into a body shop manager.
Okay.
In all honesty, I probably didn't know shit at the time. Excuse my language.
No, you're good.
But Rich, who is my partner here, took a chance on me. He brought me in. He literally taught me everything I knew, and then some.
Good.
He was a mentor to me, more, and I call him Uncle Richie for a reason.
I got you.
Because he's like family to me. He taught me everything. He took a chance. He showed me the ropes. Even to this day, he'll come up once or twice a month, and he'll be like, "Oh no, you have to do it this way, or you have to do this."
Gotcha.
And ever since then, I knew that's who I wanted to follow and kind of who I wanted to be.
Gotcha.
Painter called out. He was in the spray booth painting a car. If a car needed to be buffed, he'd be sitting there buffing a car.
Gotcha.
If a car needed to be stripped, take apart, he would do it. Like, no matter what, he was willing to get down and dirty. It didn't matter how long he was a boss, how long he's been off the floor. Whatever needed to get done, got done.
I hear you. So now, sorry to cut you off. So you're a little bit, not older, but you're in your 30s. So that experience, I'm sure, kind of helps with the work ethic that you have.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times I think seeing someone being so willing to roll their sleeves up and get involved, I think translates to your experience and how far you've come.
Correct.
When it comes to being a business owner and being responsible for hiring people and things of that nature, is it hard to kind of focus on the business while dealing with younger individuals who may be trying to get into the business where they may not have the same work ethic?
I'll be honest with you, it's with the newer generation, there's almost like you have to get them in their language. Like, it's hard to explain, but I feel like they have their own ways of learning things, and it's a little more intricate than when we learned.
Gotcha.
Like my brother, that he's 24 years old. He went from trying to make his own clothing brand to selling bath bombs, like to making videos. I think he got through because he had kind of those people in his life that were a little bit older that could teach him that work ethic.
Gotcha.
And he joined my cousin doing electricity, and he liked that because it was intricate. There's circuits, you had to wire it. He liked that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then from there, he looked for a new profession. I was like, yo, listen, I'm in cars. That's what I do. So I was like, why don't you pick this up? And while I was living in Texas, I opened up my own facility, but I got him into an apprenticeship at Caliber Collision.
Gotcha.
And he loved it so much because he loves cars too, that he just picked it up and ran with it.
Gotcha.
You know, and I think it's just rare because either auto body guys are into only fixing them or fixing them and customizing them.
Yeah.
There's almost, there's like that mechanic that they only like doing mechanical but won't do performance upgrades to their own vehicle. They want to be like, no, like, I just want to get in, get out, do my work, and go.
So I'm kind of glad you mentioned that. I feel like in the 90s and 2000s, there were a lot of like performance shops where you could take your car and get it done. And it's almost as if that's not as big of a thing anymore. What's your take on why that kind of faded out and why it's not so prominent anymore?
I think do it yourself is a lot big, like very big nowadays. Before it was like do it yourself was like basic brakes, oil changes, like, do stuff like that by yourself. But now everything's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they'll try to do it on their own before bringing it to a shop.
Yeah.
And some of them succeed and obviously some of them don't.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so many people who have opened up shops that have kind of put a sour taste in people's mouths. So people are very afraid also to get their car that they work so hard for ruined.
Yeah.
All it takes is the map or the log being a little bit off and throwing too much fuel or something, and in that pull, that's it. The motor pops.
Yeah. I think as someone who runs a car group and I'm always talking to members about things they're interested in doing on their cars, I think a lot of them share that consensus where it's like either they don't feel the value is there with going to someone to work on their car, or they're worried about, some of the horror stories where I know, for instance, someone took their car to someone to do an oil change and they're like, listen, this is how much oil they're supposed to put in it. And they're like, no, I got this. And they put too much oil in it,
Correct.
So I think
my uncle went to Valvoline and they dropped a screw in his engine, never said anything, and his motor popped.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even basic everyday brands, you screw up too.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's human error or people that jump into opening a shop that don't necessarily know what exactly they're getting into or doing, and themselves are relying on like all data. But like all data is not going to tell you like you can't tune a car like that.
Yeah.
They can't tell you how to install an intercooler. They're not going to tell you like if you're putting a boost line on a vacuum line,
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's just, that's what it is. People are like, oh yeah, I work on this as a hobby. I can do it as full time.
Yeah.
And those are the people that will, drum up so much drama that everybody would go to the shop because everybody knows them in the community. And those are the guys that are like, ruin it.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, you know what? I'm not messing with that person or that shop.
Gotcha.
Or those shops, even though I know them from the car community.
So as knowing that exists, what do you feel is something that sets Rich Auto Experts aside from those pitfalls that exist?
Everything is always about experience, and honesty is everything. I think a lot of shops won't say no to certain projects or say they won't know. My partner taught me that not every dollar is a good dollar, meaning that something could lead to something bigger or costly if you don't execute something properly.
100%. I mean, that's wise advice. I think even in the business dealings that I have, a lot of times, being able to say no or even trying to work with someone, it's okay to say no. And I feel like sometimes
Correct.
people don't want to say no because they feel like the repercussions may be too great. But at the same time, you can save a lot of people's time and money by just saying.
Correct.
Just saying.
Because a lot of times people don't say no, and then you're married to that car.
100%.
And then every time you have to bring your car back to that shop, you're telling everybody, yeah, I have to bring it back because of this. I have to bring it that because they didn't do this. And it's just not worth it. You'd rather do the work properly the first time if you're able to. Make sure the customer is happy and that they're referring people, not that they're saying, oh, I have to go back now because I had them do one little thing. Now this is not working or that's not done.
Gotcha. What is a quick breakdown of what are the services that you guys offer here?
So we're mainly a body shop. So any collision work, any painting, any refinishing needed. We do offer basic maintenance. We do basic bolt-ons, headlight swaps. We're an authorized dealer for Airlift, for AirTech, for I forget another bad company.
Okay.
But we have a large scope.
Gotcha.
The only thing I will say is we're probably wouldn't touch is either transmission swaps, engine swaps,
Gotcha.
just because those are so intricate and time consuming. There's a lot better shops out there that'll bang them out quick.
Gotcha.
Versus us putting them on the line, it'd be probably a week, and people need their cars back.
Yeah. So for the most part, I would say the general car enthusiast, your shop is a great shop to try and come to get.
Correct.
Some.
So the one thing I'll say is this. The dream behind this shop was bring something to this area that's not here. If you followed the car meets that we've thrown, obviously you see that. We're family ran. We're all about the community. And the other idea was you could bring your car here without breaking your wallet. I have one gentleman that's literally left his car here.
Really?
Just because it's so affordable. He wanted me to do rear control, like adjustable control arms, front camber bolts, to redo his air ride setup. He wants me to do his interior, rear seat delete.
Oh, wow.
He wants to get a wrap done. He wants to do custom headlights. Because we're so affordable, he's like, why am I going to take my car out?
Yeah.
Like, if I just want to get stuff done, I might as well do the winter build because they're so affordable.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Versus other people. I think I did an exhaust on a Chevy Camaro, and I think people were quoting him like $1,500, $2,000, and I charge him $800.
Gotcha.
Who the hell is going to do headers back?
Yeah.
For $800.
So, I think I know me personally in trying to find trustworthy individuals to work on my car. I think a lot of the things I've seen just kind of seems like price gouge-ish. I know when your wrap is really big now, and paint was really big years ago, but it's almost as if guys who get into wrap are charging paint prices when it doesn't last as long and the quality isn't there.
The one thing I'll say is this, right? Wrap is not a bad thing. It's an easier way to switch it up, and it's a more cost effective. For someone who's charging $4,000, $5,000 for a wrap, it's almost a third of the price. I would say half the price of getting your vehicle painted.
Yeah.
But also, when you get your vehicle painted, there's other factors.
Yeah.
Like all the dings and dents have to come out. Any gouges, any body lines.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things that take that price from $5,000 to $10,000 to $12,000 to $15,000.
Yeah.
It depends. There's so many things. Like if we're doing a full repaint on the vehicle and we take off the bumper and all the tabs are broken, the fender liners are ripped, and it's just on lowered cars. Obviously, we know you rub.
Yeah.
So if the quarter panel has to be worked out a little bit, it all depends on the vehicle.
Yeah.
But for the basic person, economically wise, you can go get a wrap for half the price, but you'll still see the dents, the dings underneath the wrap.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it depends on what you're doing with your build.
100%. Yeah. I think.
Also, how long you're going to keep your vehicle.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I tell customers. When they come in and they're like, I want to repaint my whole car and redo this, the first question I ask them is, how long are you going to keep the vehicle?
Yeah. I know it's funny you say that, because I know I've had a few different cars, and there's a price point in my head when it comes to how much I'm gonna pay for a tint. And all the vehicles I've ever owned, the tint job has outlasted my ownership of the car. So when guys are like, "Oh, $300, $400, $500 for a tint," I'm just like, I don't see paying that when I might not own the car. As long as you're guaranteeing the lifetime warranty on the tint. So there are times where it seems like I know someone's like, "Oh, they're gonna get their car tinted locally," and they were like, "They're gonna pay $450," and I was just like, is there something that I'm missing in that? Like, he's like, "No, I know him, da 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 da," but it's a little odd where it's hard to differentiate when you're getting a good deal versus someone that's just trying to.
I think the craftsmanship speaks for everything. It depends on the shop you go to. Depends on the tint now, because before it was like the Bronx purple tint, But now it's like, oh, you got this carbon ceramic. Now you have ceramic. Now you have chrome. Now, there's so many things that come out now.
Yeah, yeah.
But everything is just about the craftsmanship. So, I mean, luckily in our day and age, there's reviews.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can see how many positive versus non-positive reviews. And also, I don't think a lifetime warranty is a bad thing, especially if you own a vehicle, because there's defective products.
True.
If you just happen to get that roll that was defective and it starts peeling or starts bubbling or starts discoloring, it's nice to have that lifetime warranty.
Makes sense.
Because for that one car out of 10 that you paid $450 for, number one, it's rough doing tint. It's hard getting into the back of those cars now.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah.
So, what would you say has been your most interesting or your favorite job that you've done while being here?
I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've done much customization here yet. But there's a couple of jobs that it gets me excited. Because I have my own projects, but they're nowhere near drivable or done yet, right?
Gotcha.
But working on other people's stuff and seeing I think it's just more of the reaction.
Gotcha.
Because people get so nervous when after an accident and stuff. And my favorite reaction is obviously not to say that when they're upset and super sad and stuff like that, but when they pick up that car and they're like, "Oh my god, it looks like nothing ever happened. It looks better than when I picked it up from the dealership."
Yeah.
Putting them back together and putting them back on the road, I feel like that's my favorite thing, and that's on every car.
Yeah.
It's the reassurance, walking them through everything, telling them there is a spot that they can bring it to that is safe, that they're not going to get ripped off, that they're not going to come out, their car looking 6 different colors. A lot of, with the body shop world now, I feel like they call it just industry standard.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be too much orange peel, or the blend it didn't color match enough, or it's not our fault, it's the paint mixing system.
Yeah.
It's just, that's not what it should be.
Gotcha.
No,
that makes sense. And I think that's kind of, you getting joy out of seeing that, I think kind of is what builds customer trust for you.
Correct.
And a lot of times it just seems like now more so than ever, people are just looking for that buck, looking to make money and stack their wallet.
Yeah, it should be just drop off your car, we'll call you when it's done. Versus keeping them up to date, walking through the process, showing them how easy it could be versus nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Now, how do you, because the car industry is forever changing, so how do you and your team stay up to date on the things that you need to stay up to date with?
It's just keeping up with everything that's out there. We have iCard certifications. Every year we have to learn new modules about electric vehicles, about new measuring systems, about new radar sensors and blind spot monitors and calibrations and airbag resets and airbag modules. And I feel like it's more safety features than anything. But a lot of this stuff is, you can network on Facebook nowadays. There's, Collision Techs United and all that, where people will throw out, "Oh, I have this issue," or I need an idea on how to repair this. And there's so much information out there. It's just like a forum for any vehicle when you're trying to do something, which is great.
Gotcha.
You know, it's just you got to be a little tech savvy.
Yeah, that sounds super helpful. Now, as I know you mentioned the meets that you've thrown here, what's it like? What's your experience like, either good or bad, in Instagram and social media, the social media side of things?
I'll be honest with you. There is a lot of stuff that's out there, you know, that a lot of these kids view. And I think a lot of it is going more towards they want a supercar versus going to look at a modified vehicle or really going to attend these car shows, you know. And I think everybody that goes out to a car show, or when they say the word car show, they think it's like a 50s drive-in car show.
Yeah.
Versus like if they go to a Vorge Society or Vorge Event show or a Clean Culture show or whoever's show to see like that unique car, that customization, that personal touch. So now they're like, oh, it's easier. Like, I'd rather get rich and drive a supercar than have a car that has my name on it, my stamp.
Yeah, I think one of the things I've noticed over the last coming weeks on social media, this specifically, is just everyone's looking for that quick turnkey. Like, you know, when you get a house and it's just ready to live in, like, I think people have kind of wanted that with cars. Like, it's like, well, what car can I get that's going to go fast without me having to do anything to it and is going to garner the attention I want, you know? And I think while BMW has built a tradition of making great cars, I think now BMWs have just kind of become the car that we're...
Yeah, they're easy to get into. Their 340s are fast already. The 240s are fast. Also, another big thing is with these kids, they're not buying old cars. Their parents are getting them leases. So they're doing simple bolt-ons and a tune, and they're already at 600-700 horsepower, versus if we did an intake and an exhaust, we're at 100 horsepower, 105 horsepower.
It's,
you know?
It's tough. I think I like traveling to different places to see the car scene in different places. I think here in the Hudson Valley area, a while back, it was kind of oversaturated with WRXs and STIs, and then it's kind of now become the BMW thing, where the beauty of car culture was the unique creativity that you used to see. What do you feel like could be done to kind of start championing people who have that creativity again, versus just running up to the kid that pulled up to the meet with M3, or, you know what I mean, some car that's already ready to go?
My thing was, we used to buy cars at 16 before we even had our licenses. And those cars we would work on to make sure they were ready by the time we got our licenses to go to car meets. So like, a lot of, I think it's just, they want all the gizmos and gadgets. I think some people are still out there, will, you know, they'll have a daily that they'll purchase that's fun, quick, reliable. And then some of them that will still buy a little project car on the side. But I think nowadays a lot of it is time. You know, what people do on their side time and what they can achieve.
Gotcha.
You know, and it goes back to the, I'd rather do it myself than, you know.
100%. And I think I've seen certain influencers in this space love to kind of do the whole, bring bullying back, and kind of hint towards the more negative side of things, and kind of say that social media has kind of ruined the car scene. But I think, in my opinion, experience, I think the fact that some people would rather wash their hands of it than rather kind of participate and look to be the voice of making things go in the right direction is kind of part of the issue. Like, I've had conversations where someone will be like, oh, nah, I'd rather just not go. You know, we've been hosting meets here with Sakudo for over 5 years now, and thankfully we've had no issues. And I've seen where some people who have been hesitant to come out because of issues don't come out. And it's like, well, we've never had anything go wrong. You know what I mean? So how can we look to ensure that the people who do and understand things the right way don't feel hesitant to participate in the scene? Because even you, the things that you hosted, there have been no issues, but it's almost as if some people are reluctant to go just because of the worry of something happening.
The one thing I'll say is, back in the day, car crews or car clubs were almost like, this is my crew, I need to outshine you. I feel like there's so much already going on in the world, outside the world, that we don't need to add to it. Everybody has their own car, right? That's your car, you pay for it. If you want to lower it, you lower it. If you want red rims, you want red rims. If you want pink rims, but that's the personal touch. That's doing things your way.
Yeah.
You know, if you can do a little originality, why not?
Yeah.
You know, and there's no, like, there's no need to continue with something. If I don't like someone, I don't have to like them, but at least show some respect.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll give them a head nod. How you doing? And keep going.
Yeah.
You know, you're there to look at cars. You're not there to have a problem with someone.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're there to either, I mean, I don't know if they still do it, line up in Mexico.
Yeah. I mean,
Or, like, you know, they have music battles. There's so many different parts of the car scene. It's just, there's no need to add animosity and break up what's already almost kind of dying out, which is the car scene.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the main reasons I started Sakudo was just because that moment of pulling up to a car meet by yourself and just not knowing who to talk to, what's going on, just it helps people find like-minded individuals who kind of can go to something without worrying about, oh man, is someone going to say something about my car, this, that, and the third. And like you said, being able to go to an event where everyone is into the same thing without feeling like someone's going, oh, why'd you do this color? Why'd you do that? Like, it's a beautiful thing, and I've witnessed the great things about it, and that's kind of what keeps me going and trying to get back to that kind of utopian idea of things.
Yeah, and car scene's almost like high school.
Yeah.
Like, with their own cliques and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It just doesn't need to be.
It's tough. It's definitely not an easy space to navigate, you know. But like you said, being positive is the more important side of things. Now, real quick, if you had an unlimited budget, what would be the car that you would buy?
I've always wanted an Audi R8.
Okay.
That's the first model car I've had. That's the first car I had in Need for Speed. I had it customized. That old school gated shifter almost reminds me of like the Ferrari F40s. That all-wheel drive system. And every car has a specific sound. And that Audi R8 sound just always got me.
Yeah. If you could pick your favorite era of vehicles, what would that be?
Favorite era?
Like, there's the 90s, 2000s, 50s, 60s.
I would say 2000s. That's when, like, almost there was the tuner style, but phasing out of the tuner style. So it went like a little more conservative with the kits and stuff.
Yeah.
But like those trunk setups, those custom interiors, like it was a full scope build.
Yeah.
It wasn't just bag and wheels or like performance. It was the whole package. You didn't have just, I can go in a straight line, I can go sideways, I can go left, right, make a turn.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I can definitely see
Like
that.
the, what is it, Nopi? Like they had like the Nopi Nationals or something like that. That's still kind of like the 2000s
Yeah. Okay.
style tuning. They still have like events like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely a time period where it was definitely unique, where there was a lot of creativity. I know I have some pictures of an event we went to, I think it was in Englishtown, where there was just like a lot of different things, like, you know, you had TV screens and everywhere.
Yep.
There's just like a lot of different things that you just weren't used to seeing. So it's interesting to see. I've seen some people start to do that again. You know, I think that I saw spinners on a car like a couple years ago. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that are, it kind of seems like it's coming back to.
Well, I was gonna say that's the crazy thing is because there's like wheels that go in style and go out of style. There's certain trends like there'd be like body kits come in trend, or lip kits, or interiors, custom interiors, a two-tone, the diamond stitch, Air Ride.
Yeah.
Air Ride has its phases too.
Yeah.
Either everybody wants bags or everyone wants coils. Round headlights. They either angel eyes are in or angel eyes are out. Clear tails.
Yeah.
Like the big Canon exhaust, like the big round one. You usually see them on Civics.
Yeah.
But like everyone would do those.
Yeah.
It depends. Like carbon tips or.
Yeah. So, what would you say is your least favorite car mod to see and your favorite car mod to see? Or not even just your least favorite. What do you think is overdone, I should say?
Honestly, overdone at this point. As much as I love it, I would say Air Ride. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, I get it. It's for, you got a nice stance. You can lift it up. You could drive it. You can get over speed bumps. The good thing is with our technology is you could have the handling
Yeah.
and Air Ride, but then also coilovers and still have the air cups that go on top of the coilovers.
Gotcha.
So you could still lift up and move around.
Yeah.
But it's just, I feel like maybe I've gotten kind of out of stancy, but more performance.
Gotcha.
Because it's just, I remember one night I had a buddy of mine. He was like, let's go to Jersey. He wanted to go buy a Mark IV Jetta.
Okay.
The same car I had a Mark IV GLI. Mine was stage 3, big turbo, bored out. Like, I had a shit ton of mods on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to go get a Jetta too. So I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Went to Jersey. And he kept messing with me on the highway. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody was on the road. And I was like, all right, bro, like, I'm getting tired of this. I downshifted, I hit it.
Yeah.
And I was, well, for legal purposes, I was doing over a buck.
Yeah, allegedly, right?
Yeah. But I was taking turns, man, like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I was on Air Ride.
Okay.
And I remember those were as soon as the performance bags came out. Dude, it was insane. And then I had a Mark IV GTI. No, Mark VI GTI. And I get coilovers. Dude, I was going around like exits, like on highways, like almost like hairpins at like 60, 70.
Wow.
And that was like it was like almost like the car was on rails.
Wow. Okay.
Versus Air Ride, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what everybody prefers.
Yeah. I think what it almost feels like is
Also, some Air Ride systems, a lot of them I see, aren't installed correctly.
Yeah. I've heard some
And
stories.
the maintenance is like they don't maintain them properly.
Yeah. Well, so it's almost as if when you pull up to a car meet, it's almost as if like someone's got a dollar counter. It's like, all right, well, how much did they spend? And I think, Air Ride's kind of become that thing where it's like, well, we know it's expensive. And then you have the aesthetic of airing out when you pull up where everyone's just like, oh shit, like, look how much this person spent on it, where it doesn't really translate into the functionality of the car. Like, can you drive, like you mentioned, it's just a checklist item where it's like, all right, well, I spent this much, I spent this much, come look at me. And it's weird to where sometimes that's what the car scenes become, where it's like, all right, well, I've got $7,000 wheels on my car. It's like, oh man, look at the wheels. Like, oh, look at this. So it's just really, really weird that it's not the uniqueness of the build. It's just kind of like this person.
I have this, I have that.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I went through the phase of having 10K wheels. I had a sponsorship through Avant-Garde for one of it was one of the sets that they were trying to release, and they're like, oh, you want a sponsorship and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck it, I'm down.
Yeah.
I got them triple chrome plated. I think with the sponsorship, they were supposed to be like $5,000.
Okay.
And I made them do like the specs on point to the perfect fitment, triple chrome plated.
Yeah.
There's things were like shinier than like $1 million diamond ring.
Okay.
Like I would barely have to like wash them. That's how shiny they were.
Yeah.
My favorite set of wheels were the ones I bought for $800, which were 3 SDMs.
Yeah.
The saw blade ones.
Okay.
I think they were 0.3s or something like that.
Gotcha.
But those were my favorite set of wheels.
Yeah.
And like I got the same attention from the $800 wheels than I did with the $10,000 wheels.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of it is just, it has to do, you have to be original. You know what I'm saying? You have to find what separates you, not just, I have air ride.
Yeah.
Cool, so do the 7 other cars parked next to you. You know, it's almost like, oh, that car has air ride, let me park next to him. You know, it's not about like, all right, I have air ride. All right, let me see your trunk setup.
Yeah.
Like, is it just in the spare tire? Like, did you put neon lights in it? Did you mount the compressors next to the tank? Is your tank designed?
Yeah.
Do you have it airbrushed? Do you have lighting on it?
Yeah.
Do you have a sub in there? Like, what ties it in?
Yeah.
Like, you basically, like, you just went to go put shocks on your Civic. Well, for instance, like on your daily.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
100%.
what brings out that mod?
Yeah. It's very true.
And I feel like air ride at this point is like almost like coilovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I can see
it just
that.
like they've been out so long and done so much that I feel like they should be cheaper than what they are.
Oh, 100%.
You know, but it's just
100%.
because they're out there so much now.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely interesting to see. Any opinions on the wheels on Alibaba craze that's going on?
So the one thing someone told me about this, and I had to find out for myself. So the one thing I've realized is, right, I don't care what anyone says. Alibaba, Valvetronic, whoever it is, they get those parts from the people that are on Alibaba.
Yeah, yeah.
And then stamp their name on it.
Yeah.
Like I remember I did an exhaust system, a Valvetronic exhaust system for Devontae Sanat, which was Kai Sanat's brother.
Gotcha.
And it was a Valvetronic exhaust.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, for shits and giggles, I was like, let me look on Alibaba. Granted, they gave him that exhaust for free for the sponsorship, whatever. It was a $3,000 exhaust.
Yeah, yeah.
On Alibaba, it was $800. Even if shipping was $200-$300, that's
still making
still
it. Yeah.
half the price.
Yeah, yeah.
And even, you know, with these big wheel companies, they're all forged wheels.
Yeah, yeah.
You go on Alibaba, if they ordered 6,000 items, and the company was like, all right, I need to make 8,000 of them to make it worth it, right? So what are they going to do with the other 2,000 items?
Yeah,
They have to wholesale it or sell it.
yeah.
So where do they sell them on?
True.
Alibaba.
Very,
It's like the overstock.
Yeah,
That's just what it is.
100%. I agree with you. So, in closing, what would you say someone should take away from this conversation and why they should trust Rich Auto Experts with their vehicle?
We're totally transparent. If you come into my shop and you ask me something, I can either tell you yes or no. I give you the better option, a more cost-effective option. I don't mislead people. I don't have a need to. I'd rather see the kid do something with his vehicle or person do something with their vehicle than not. But I'd rather steer them in the right way, but not steer them into my idealism or my want. Let them still be the original. Let them carry out their idea, but in a setting that's not going to break their pockets or that's going to cause them issues down the road.
Sounds good.
When a customer comes in, hello, how's your day? Greeted with a smile. I ask them if they're okay. If they were in an accident, whatever the case is, are you okay? Everyone's safe. That's all that matters.
Cool. Where can they find you on social media?
So we are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We have a website. You just search Rich Auto Experts, and most likely will pop up. We will be at a lot of car shows this year with the booth set up.
Happy to hear that.
We'll be out in the community for a while. We'll have a couple of meets here again. Have some open houses. People can come through and see what we're working on. They can ask questions on what they would like done, if it's feasible, and how to go about it. And we're always here. We're 24/7. Anyone who calls our number, it goes directly to my cell after hours.
Okay.
So any urgency or needs, give us a call. and we'll do our best to help you out.
All right, Sal. I appreciate you for sitting down with me. And
My
thank you
legs
so much.
fell asleep.